Concept 2, finding slope. So finding slope is the same as finding the rate of change, except it's going to be slope when we have a continuous linear equation, right? It's just one straight line. The slope is going to be the same for any 2 points on our line, and we don't have endpoints that make it easy to choose our points. Okay, so you're going to have to choose 2 points, and those can be anywhere on your line, but the easiest and the ones you want to pick are the ones that line up right over a vertice, right? Because some of our line doesn't go right through specific points. It'll cross here at, maybe a decimal or a fraction of a unit. We want to make sure that it's lining up, or that we're choosing points that line up exactly. Okay, and sometimes this can be challenging, and you've really just got to look at your graph closely and make sure you're picking those ones out that cross over the vertice exactly. Okay, so let's look at our blue line first, and we're going to look real close. Doesn't look like it crosses there exactly. Let's see, it looks like this is a point and this is a point, but that's a long way to calculate. Let's try and find one that's closer. It looks like actually right here it crosses. Okay, and so this one is close enough we can count pretty easily. Change in y is 1, 2, 3. Change in x is 2. So that slope would be 3 over 2. And you can leave it as 3 over 2. Generally, I prefer it as a mixed, or not a mixed number, an improper fraction. All right, if you convert it to a decimal, it's harder to understand, right? Basically, this is saying that my line is going up 1.5 for every 1 it goes over, but I would prefer to see it in whole units. Okay, so you don't have to simplify down any lower than your fraction right here. Okay, we can test that to make sure that's true. So we'll go from here up 1, 2, 3 over 2. Yep, that looks like that's another point. 1, 2, 3 over 2. That's another point. So this looks like a good slope for our blue line. Okay. Now let's see. Let's switch to green. Go with some Christmas colors. Here's another one. Find a place where it hits a point or a vertice exactly. It looks like this one is a good one. So at 2, -1, and then I always like to go to the right, okay, so that my x value is always increasing. Okay, so when I go to the right, let's see another point. Here's another point that lines up. So if I go to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my x is 4, so that's my denominator. My change in x is 4. And my change in y is a -2 because it's going down 2 on my y number line, right, my y-axis. And then this one, you can simplify to -1 over 2. Okay. Once again, I don't really want to see slopes in decimal form. They are not as accurate. Well, they're accurate, but they're not as informative. Okay, they don't tell you as much. So keep them in fraction form and just simplify them down to the largest integers. Okay.